Well, hello and good morning, folks. Welcome to a Sunday morning in Nova Scotia. I need to go pick up my new Sani, the SY80, and get that out to the shop to get the finalized stuff done to it to get the mulcher geared up, because we've got a lot of mulching to do and that thing's going to be going at it hard. So we're going to be going old school today. All right, so we're definitely kicking it old school today. This is my original setup for hauling my machines around. The only thing missing here is the Kubota 080. That's the only thing missing. This was the first truck that I bought, the first trailer that I bought to do this stuff that I'm doing. It's a 2017 F550 with a 6.7 power stroke, 488 gears. All that's underneath the hood on this thing right now is the S&B intake. And we've got the 2018 SureTrack 30K 25+5 trailer. This thing, it's a big chunk of steel. It's a cheap old trailer, but it's been doing the trick. Nothing fancy about it at all, but it's still going strong. Just went through an inspection, passed, put some new brakes on it. That's it, ready to roll. So with this thing has 146,000 kilometers on it, and it's had a hard life. This thing has been hauling 30,000 pounds all over the Maritimes for, I believe this will be its 5th season. I'm pretty sure this will be its 5th year doing this stuff, and it really hasn't skipped a beat. I've had no issues with this truck whatsoever. I put a starter in it, and that's pretty much it. Change the fuel filters, change the fuel, change the oil, change the fuel filters. And I did just add a new fuel tank on this thing. The old fuel tank was just a small one with a hand pump, and the corner started to leak. So we put a new fuel tank on it, a big one, 430 liters, and we got a pump now. Dave will definitely like that when he heads off to Cape Breton this week. The only downfall is the old tank used to be lower profile, and you could see this groove right here in the bed, and you knew that that is where your ball was. But now with that tank, you can't see that. The only thing you have to go on is that lifting mount right in the center. You know that that's like the center of the tank. That's what you kind of got to go with. Might need to look at putting a camera up at the top of the headache rack and get it routed inside to the truck, because this was a pain in the butt here this morning. This was anyway, we got about an hour and a half drive, or maybe a little less, hour 15, hour 20, something like that, to go pick up the machine, and then out to New Ross to drop it off, and then back here. So let's jump in the old setup, get on the road. All right, well, we are all loaded up and ready to go. So there is the new 80 on the back of this trailer for the first time. We got the cleanup bucket on, all 4 corners chained down. Obviously we got a strap over the boom and a strap over the bucket, and the thumb pressure holding that thing on there, so we're good to go. So here is the sort of finished product job for right now. So I think I took some footage of this job. I'll throw that up right now. Here is the task at hand. Basically going to be building the driveway coming down from there to here. The driveway comes up the hill right now, and they have to back down the hill every time. So we're gonna make it a loop driveway. So put a culvert in here. We got the trees cut, just sort of piled up the brush, ripped out some stumps that were close to the surface up there, and show you what else is going on here, because it's definitely a process, that's for sure, but nothing we can't handle with some time. But it's definitely gonna take some of that. So yeah, what I was saying is right now they have to back down this driveway. There's nowhere to get turned around up there or anything. So they also want to get access to the backyard, have a spot for parking. So we're taking this whole bank down right here. This whole bank is coming out, and that's going to be either possibly where the garage is going to go, up here, loop driveway going around. So all this is coming out to build my way a road access up into here. All these boulders, all that stuff, this is all coming out to get up to this point, and then from this point We're gonna level this all out. He's hoping to put a garage up here, depending on how much of an incline that is. And then in the backyard, we're going in that a pine tree right there. We're going all the way back there with the clearing, and then cutting this all down to this grade, all the way back there, this whole area. So all this material is going to be coming out down through here. So all these trees are coming out. It's going to be coming out down through here and then spread out down into the driveway part. So you can see what it looked like before, but we've got the new driveway roughed in. We put 2 culverts in here, nice wide opening. The paving crew is going to come in and gravel this, roll it, and then do the driveway. Here's the other end of the culvert. Craziness, what you can do. Crazy what you can do before and after. This was just trees. This is going to be solid. It's like all rock in here. You can see how much grade difference off to the sides here. So that was one step of the project. Put plywood down so we didn't harm the driveway, and then we come up here and it's just crazy. Look at the area up here now. So much space. So much space. Check this out. The garage area is basically prepped and ready to rock and roll. They are so happy with the work. Here's our rock pile we've left behind. So the next stage of the project is to come up here and we're gonna build a rock wall along the back of this area here. We got lots of rock. Some rock will have to come out, but that wasn't part of the first part of the project. So I need to haul out of here, get the mulcher geared up, and get back and get some stuff done with that machine. But they've got a backyard now, they've got a garage pad now, and they have a looped driveway roughed in. So yeah, they're very happy. But anyway, that is the project. Now we gotta jump in that truck, get that thing out to New Ross. All right, well, we are off. I tell you, the 488 really gets it off the start line. But man, this thing is she's a sloth compared to my 450 on power, that's for sure. But it does its thing. 6-speed feels so much different hauling than the 10-speed. Obviously it holds its gears a lot longer because there's 4 less of them. We're in 3rd gear right now. We're just pulling up this hill. It feels good. It's high end, top end where it falls on its face compared to the 450. Getting off the line with those 488s, it does the trick, but it just doesn't have the jam once you get going. But the truck is so solid. The GVWR on this truck is 19.5, and I even then I have airbags on this thing, but it just feels so solid. The suspension, you know, the brakes, everything that way. When you're hauling with this and you're hauling with the 450, this definitely feels more solid. There's no doubt about that. But I mean, with my airbags on the 450, it feels nice. This thing would probably handle really well with the Diamond C with that hutch suspension, because that makes a big difference on ride quality of your trailer. I mean, it's still rough. We're still bouncy in this thing because it's so stiff. These things are so stiff. If you want ride comfort, do not get a cab chassis truck. But if you want a really solid truck that you're gonna feel good about, then that's what you want. But anyway, we're gonna cruise through Sackville here a little bit, Cobquid area, and then we're gonna jump on the highway. There's a couple hills right off the get-go that's gonna kill this thing. but that's what it does. It's been doing it flawlessly for years. So here we are approaching the hill, and this, like I said, this one is an absolute killer. It's a killer. See if this guy snaps out in front of me. Well, you're behind me now, bud. Oh yeah, buddy. Oh yeah. So I'm just gonna just let the truck do its thing here. Just dropped to 5th. The hill is taking its bite now. Still holding in 5th. Still in 5th. There's 4th. So 4th is 1-1. We're at 70 kilometers an hour. Starting to speed up a little bit. Still in 4th. 4th is where I'd want it to be. We're almost up to 80 now. 2700, 2800 RPM. Fan just kicked on. Still climbing. Almost down the hill. Just holding steady. And there we go. We're now out of the hill, up in 5th gear. Fans are off. She'll soon go up to 6 here. Sixth gear, and now we're just cruising. Just cruising. We've got a couple more tough hills on the way home here. You know, just cruising down the highway here in this thing. Just the truck being so stable on the road, that huge spring pack, you know, everything about it's bigger, it's heavier. It just gives you that you know, confident feeling, confident and controlled feeling. Like I said, I haven't hauled with this thing, heavy with this thing for a long time, but it's, you know, on the hills it's gonna die down some, but it's not that bad. Like, it's just the big hills, you know, it's gonna slow down to 70, 75, but whatever. That's what, you know, the big trucks are doing the same thing. If someone's hauling a load of logs or a load of fuel or whatever, they're slowing down just as much as I am. But yeah, this thing, it's awesome in every way except for the seat. The driver's seat is so uncomfortable. The seats in these XLT, I've gone on about this forever, but man, I don't know what the heck Ford was thinking. Maybe the new ones are better, the new updated F-150. So hopefully they are, and then they'll put those seats in the new Super Duty when it comes out, because these XLT seats are terrible. Like, I've been trying to find a replacement seat, the Platinum or Lariat or something, for my 2 XLT trucks forever, and I can't. But if it wasn't for that, I'd sit in this truck, you know, no problem whatsoever. But anyway, we got one more big hill coming up here. Here's the last big hard pull before we get off the highway. This one's a good one. It's probably the second worst one on this route. Oh, there's a nice 350 King Ranch. And she's biting. The hill is biting. We're in 5th gear right now. We're slowing down. Down to 80. It's gonna drop to 4th here pretty soon. Throw the 4-ways on. There, 4th. Like I said, 70 kilometers an hour. She's gonna pull every hill at 70. I haven't found a hill yet that it won't do it at 70. foggy, but it's a long ways up here. The ocean's way out there. Fan just kicked on. Cresting the top of the hill, speeding back up. This guy's deciding to pass me. Man, I tell you, some people cannot drive. They should not be allowed on the roads. That was ridiculous. Well, we're just about ready to get on out of here. Strap this down just in case I need it. In the meantime, because it will work on the 95. So we got the 80 sitting up here and the mulcher sitting behind it. So the plate's welded on. They started to get some of the plumbing done on here, and then now finish it off hopefully tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be able to pick it up on Tuesday and put this thing in action and see how it does. Compare it to the 080 with the FAE. Complete different sort of style. Anyway, I'm definitely excited to use this thing. But the 550 did amazing, as it always does. It's just an empty ride home now. But yeah, this thing's a beast. It's a beast. It doesn't skip a beat. It just keeps going. It doesn't complain. Just does what it's supposed to. All right, folks, well, here we are. Truck and trailer back in its perch, ready to rock and roll again tomorrow. You know, obviously I've been using the 450 for a long time now, hauling, and it's certainly faster. It's more comfortable. You know, it's a nice looking truck, obviously, before the damage. Anyway, but man, having the flat deck and having the toolboxes and everything right at your disposal, like right here, open it up, get what you need, and get out, versus climbing up on the back of the truck. Having a flat deck is oh, it's the best for doing this stuff. And then if you were carrying some supplies or pipe or something, you can literally just strap it down on the back and you're ready to go. So I'm definitely looking at doing something here in the very, very near future. So stay tuned to what that could be. But this thing, man, I tell you, this is a heck of a truck. This was one of the best decisions that I made. All right, folks, so that is gonna do it for this one. Truck will get right back up and at it again tomorrow, but it just keeps chugging along. It just keeps chugging along. But anyway, that is gonna do it. So until next time, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you then. Bye.